Hi, well I've cooked myself a lovely meal tonight and I'd like to share how to make it if you want to watch. It's called liver fry. It's very simple. It consists of some nice lamb's liver, some onions, white rice and some spices. Let me show you how to do it. We need a few what we call sticks and stones, and these are bits and pieces of things as you'll notice. Cloves, red chilies, here we go, these are red dried chilies. This is a bit of cinnamon, and we've got some cardamom, and we have some black pepper. So those are what we call sticks and stones. Not loads of them, just 2 or 3 or 4 pieces of each. Be careful on the chilies, depending on how hot you want it. The only other spices we're going to use are going to be some turmeric, which is this lovely yellow stuff to make it go yellow, and some salt, and that's our lot. Okay, next thing we're going to do is chop up some onions. You see I've chopped the onions up quite big, just one onion. You can have as much onion as you want. So we want some nice big pieces because this is going to go with the liver quite nicely. Okay. Finally then we need some liver, of course. So I've got myself a nice bit of lamb's liver here. This is from Sainsbury's, so it's going to be super duper. I'm going to chop this up and throw it in the frying pan. It chopped up smallish but not too small, about 1 inch to 2 inch pieces of liver there, and we're going to fry all that up. Deep pan, I've put a fair bit of oil in this, you can see that, a fair bit of oil at the bottom there, and this is our fry. So we're going to slightly warm that up, and as soon as the oil warms up a little bit, we're going to basically put our spices in there to give it a little bit of aroma. So in go our spices first of all. There they are, sticks and stones as we call them, and they're going to fry nicely in the oil. You can see them frying away. Just give them a little fry, be careful of the popping. You can see that some of these things in the eye because it sort of hurts. You only need to do that for a second or so, just to give them a little roast really. You can see I've taken that off the heat now and they're fine, that's all we need. Next thing is the onions. So we're going to bang the onions in. Again, very simple. Just put them all in, get yourself a little stir it with. What have we got in here? One of these things will do it. Like a wooden spatula. And just make sure you've broken your onions down so they're not all in one big lump. They've got there. Don't have to heat up too much, but make sure it's frying, but don't make them go burnt. So we're just going to really just give these onions a little saute, not too much, but just to get them soft, because when we put the liver in, we don't want to overcook the liver. The liver just needs to be cooked through a little bit so it's not bloody inside. So we want the onions to be soft when we've done that. If we don't make the onions soft, then the liver will be overcooked, or the liver won't be cooked and the onions will be very hard, and we don't want that either. So you can see I'm just stirring that in, very easy enough to do. And keep it on. I get myself the final ingredient, which is some salt, and as I said, we want the turmeric. So all we're going to add to this now is the turmeric, some salt, I got some nice sea salt there, and the liver itself, and we're good to go. So as soon as I feel comfortable with the onions, okay, so after a few minutes with the onions frying, feel comfy that that's not too bad, they look good, and we're going to add our liver. So it's simply put the liver in as we've chopped up. It's easy peasy, and stir the liver around a little bit, get the oil into it. Whilst doing that, we're going to get ourselves a nice teaspoon, about this much, a nice large teaspoon, you can see, of turmeric, and put that on. Put a little bit less than a full teaspoon, and the same with the salt. Get yourself a nice spoonful of salt. Oops, just get a bit more salt out of here. Okay, let's see what we can do that. Nice spoonful of salt, and put that in as well. And that's our ingredients, nothing more than that. We're just simply going to keep that heat nice and steady, and we're going to turn that turmeric in there so that it's all mixed in. You can see the liver starts to go a nice yellow, the onions start to go yellow as well, so that's where we're going to get our colour from, and this is all we need for a nice spicy liver fry. Put a lid on for a little while just to keep everything going inside, and let that cook for a wee bit. Okay, I've cooked that for a little while. I'm just going to give it a nice stir. You see everything is cooking nicely. See the blood coming out of the liver. Don't worry about that too much. And there you go. do a little stir. It's cooking nicely. And then we can put that lid back on for a while, because you can see the liver still needs to do a bit. Okay, I think my liver's almost nearly done. I'm just going to test a bit now. Chop this up, see how it looks. So you can see, maybe you can see, I don't know if you can see. I'm going to taste out. And that liver is done. It's a little pinch inside, it's fine for what we want. So that's it. We'll just let it sit there for a little while. It's all done now. You can see it's covered in oil, and the liver itself is nicely cooked. It's got a nice little bit of gravy that's created from the liver inside. There's nothing else going on in that curry apart from a liver fry and onions and some turmeric. Okay, I'm going to serve this with just white rice. This is some rice I did earlier. It's just a plain white rice, no salt in there at all, cooked so the grains are nice and grainy. And if you want to do a nice rice, then the way to do it is to half cook it and then pop it in the oven with some foil on top, make sure it's sealed up, and that will dry the rice out and make it lovely. So here's my rice, nice and hot. I'm going to take my liver, my serving spoon, I'm going to pop some liver on top of that. So here we go, here's the liver, just pop a bit in the middle, a nice little wee bit of oil on that, because you do want this to be nicely seasoned, and that should be enough. Oh, okay, a little bit more. Okay, so you can see there's some nice big onions in there, and the liver's looking good. Here's our liver fry, served with a nice homemade poppadom to go with it, just on a simple rice. Just oil, onions, some sticks and stones. The rice is unsalted, so that allows me to add the salt to the rice before I eat it, which gives it a nice salty taste as it goes in. Good luck and enjoy liver fry.